it's Judy and welcome to my channel. This morning I am sitting in the car and I have done my makeup. So if you saw the other video the other day, which I will link in the down bar and put a card up here, you will have seen me go through the routine. So this morning I thought I would, because I'm sitting in the car again, I thought I would actually do the routine and show you. So if the angle's a little bit off, it's because there's only a limited number of places that I can put the laptop, and I can't really hold it at this level and talk to you. I tried to film this yesterday using my iPad, which beautifully balanced on my steering wheel, but my broadband at home is so completely rubbish that I couldn't upload it to the cloud to bring it down to my laptop to do the editing, and iMovie on the iPad just isn't anywhere as powerful as iMovie on the laptop, so there are limits as to what I could do. So I'm going to stop talking to you now and move you on to the silent part of the video where I will hopefully be able to do a voiceover. I've never done one of those before. This is going to be exciting. So I hope you are keeping well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Right, we're going to start with primer, and here I'm using the Freedom Pro primer. It's a really nice silky feel, but it's full of parabens and dimethicones, so I'm really not sure that it'll be something that I'll be repurchasing. I'm trying to use it up as quickly as I possibly can. So then we're moving on to the Body Shop all-in-one tinted concealer slash primer slash everything else. This is a really dry formula and it doesn't go on very well. As you can see, it kind of bundles up on my finger and then falls off and goes all over the place, and it's not something I'm particularly happy with, but it was reasonably expensive, even though it's Body Shop. But I want to use it. See, I was so concerned about it having moved on with my clothing. And it just doesn't seem to go on smoothly and leaves little bumps. See, I missed a bit. Need a mirror. Can't just work in the laptop. So now we're moving on to a new thing for me. I've never found Gosh before. This is the Gosh Exceptional Wear Foundation in 12 Natural, and I'm using it with my number 7 Beauty blender. It's I would say this is a medium coverage, but it is quite buildable. It goes on with almost a dewy finish. It's definitely not a matte finish, but I actually am really enjoying it. It's a reasonable price. I can't remember the price, but I will put it down in the description box below. Blends out really well. Not sure what I was doing there, but hey. And I just keep looking up into the mirror to make sure that I'm not looking completely horrific, because the laptop isn't a good indication of how it's all looking. Blend it down into the neck, make sure it's all blended. This is actually a really good colour match for me. So then we're going to move on to concealer, and this is a thing I discovered through an Australian site. I ended up having to buy it from eBay Australia. It shipped from China, so it didn't cost me any more to get it shipped. It's just the conversion was done into Australian dollars. And I'm quite pleased with it. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and it blends out reasonably well. Just using my ring finger to blend it out under my eyes. And then in the places where I get a little bit of redness, down the edge of my nose, my cheeks there, and under my chin. And then I'm going to take my dampened beauty blender again and just make sure that it's all blended in. This just stops it from creasing a little. Don't forget that beauty blender is soaked in setting spray. Got out my wipe and it goes onto the steering wheel in preparation for me cleaning the brushes. So next we're moving on to brows, and I'm using the 17 Brows That Brow Kit. This kit comes with 3 different items. There is a brow pencil that comes with 2, but I very rarely use it. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a small angled brush. This is a set that I picked up from Poundland, set of 4 brushes in a container for £1, and they're actually not bad brushes. I mean, you're not going to win awards with them, but they're okay brushes. So I'm going into the wax, and I'm just going to define my brows out a bit. Use the wax to fill in where my brows are a bit sparse. Wipe my brush off, and then I'm just going to pick up some of the powder from the middle palette, and I'm just going to fill in and set that wax. This powder also makes quite a good eyeliner if you're looking for a dark brown eyeliner. I believe this kit only comes in one colour, so I'm sorry to all of the blondes out there, but this is probably a kit that won't work for you. But it's relatively inexpensive. Again, I will link the prices down in the down bar, the description box. So now we are going to move on to eyeliner, and I always do my eyeliner. This is a Rimmel double-ended eyeliner pencil, and my only criticism of it is that all of the writing's wiped off it, so I can't tell you. I think it's in blackest black. I'm just going to do a little bit of eyeliner under the bottom third of my eyelid and the top third, the outside third of my top eyelid as well. This, I find, just makes my lashes look a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to take the smudge brush, the smudge pen on the end of that eyeliner, which is why I like this so much, particularly when I'm in the car, because it means one extra tool I don't have to carry. All clean. Now you can see that Body Shop eye primer is just not doing its job, so I'm just going to take my beauty sponge again and blend it out a bit. Make sure that the creases aren't showing, and then I'm going to take my matte maker powder in 10 Classic Ivory, and I'm going to take a brush, when I can find one. This is a brush by Thin Lizzy. I have 2 of these. This is the one I use for light colours. Put quite a lot on it, and I'm just going to dab that onto my eyelids. And that's going to set everything on my eyelids, hopefully, so that nothing creases for the rest of the day. Not particularly happy with the way my eyeliner smudged, which is why I'm pulling faces. Loose hair. So now we're going to move on to eyeshadow, and this is the Freedom Pro Shade and Brighten Mattes Kit number 1. And it's a great little palette for taking in the car. I'm going to use another one of those brushes that I picked up by Makeup Gallery, and I picked, oh hang on, no, this is a random fluffy eyeshadow brush that I happen to have kicking around in my kit. So I'm taking the first lightest colour, and I'm just going over the entire eye area to make sure that all of those liquids, and because I have quite oily eyelids, that everything is set. That eyeliner is really, really annoying me. I think it's just because the car is quite humid. So then I'm going to go in with the 4th shade, I think. Yes, it's the 4th shade on that same brush. And I'm just going to dust that from my edge of my crease, the upper part of my crease, to the middle of my brow, in between my crease and my brow. And this will just set back my upper lid. I think some people refer to it as a non-mobile lid, a little bit further. Okay, now that I've wiped that brush off, I can go in with a smaller brush. This is a normal shadow brush, reasonably thin. Again, it's from that kit that I got from Makeup Gallery from Poundland, and I'm going to go in with the 5th colour now, which is a slightly darker brown, and we're just going to darken up that crease colour. All the while looking back to check to make sure that it looks reasonable. Then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush that I had and just blend that all out. Got a bit of fallout, so wipe that off before it sets in. And then with that same thin brush, I'm going to go into the darkest colour now, right on the end, which is colour number 6. And I'm just going to go in and darken up that crease and under the eyelid and then in the outer V. And go in with my fluffy brush again and just blend that out. Right, so I'm going to go back in with a little bit of concealer and just tidy up that bit where that eyeliner, got a really, really small brush now, and I'm just going to go back in with the concealer and tidy up where the eyeliner smudged in a way that I didn't like. Just me being a little persnickety. So now we're going to go on to mascara, and this is the 17 waterproof mascara in black. I'm finding I have to use waterproof mascaras these days as my oily eyes are just not helping, and I do have a tendency to tear up. You might want to see some of my earlier videos about what happens if you tightline and waterline for many years. I don't do that anymore. Okay, next step on the hunt here. Right, what are we going in with? We're going to go in with contour. This is from Focallure. You can buy it at AliExpress. This is the Highlight and Contour palette in 03. And I'm going in with another one of my Thin Lizzy brushes. This is the second one, which I save for doing dark things. So this gets shaved for contour and blush. I'm just going to contour the hollows of my cheeks, a bit into my temples, and then I'm just going to run that underneath my jawline to chisel that out a little bit. So then we go in with highlighter, and this is the MUA Undress Your Skin in Pearlescent Sheen. This is actually quite white. Realised probably a little bit late that I should have the pearlescent gold, which is a little warmer for daytime. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to just use it to highlight my cheeks up a bit and then add a bit of a dewy glow to my face. So now I've got the Makeup Revolution Lip Matte Kit in Rain. This is the lip pencil. It's a warm nudie colour. Did I say it's in Rain? Yes, I did. I can't find that lip. Where's it gone? Ah, there it is. It's over on the other side of the car. This happens all the time. And this is a nice matte lipstick with a lip pencil. So I'm lining my lip, and then I'm just going to go around and fill in that entire lip with the lip pencil. I find this makes the lipstick last longer, and then I'm going to go in over the top with that matte lipstick. Now, in my experience, the Makeup Revolution lipsticks, matte lipsticks, aren't the greatest. So to finish up, we're going to put on some Makeup Gallery Feeling Blush Blusher in Candyfloss 2. Now I have no idea what happened to Candyfloss 1, but Candyfloss 2 is quite a nice colour. Their containers are difficult to get into. Right, so back in with my darker of my two Thin Lizzy brushes, and I'm just simply going to pop a bit of colour onto my cheeks. I add what's left over in the brush up into my temples, and then I'm going to take a pop of that colour from the thing and just run over my eyelids. It's barely discernible, but it just provides a bit of a pink tone. So, final count. Now we're using my homemade setting spray. This is a dupe of Max Fix Plus, where it's supposed to be, and it is glorious. It's a very simple recipe, if you'd like me to show you what that is. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!